You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
All right. We are here with Michael from Belarus, wandering the streets on a gray, cold, dismal Bisbee afternoon. And I was just watching Netflix and had no reason to get out of bed till Tom Konopka's with us as well. Tom was shooing away the detritus out front, and he said, "Oh, it's Michael from Belarus. He wants to buy some shit." All right, I'll talk to Michael from Belarus. We don't get a lot of Belarus folk traveling.
Not this way.
There's Belarus.
Belarus.
Northeast of Poland, southeast of Lithuania.
Yep.
Directly north of Ukraine.
What part do you live in?
In Minsk, in center.
Right here.
Yeah.
Minsk.
The night they raided Minski's.
Now, how long has
Old
your
reference.
country existed?
In this territory about 30 years, but
So it was the fall of the USSR?
yeah, but before USSR it was another big country. It night or
What country was it?
I don't know how to say it in English.
Just say it in your language.
And Великое княжество Литовское.
Fucked if I know.
Yeah, you're doing. You'll clean it up.
Yeah, I understand. I can say everything in Belarus and in Russian, and you don't understand me. Yeah.
So, how old are you? You don't look like you're 30 yet.
Yeah, I'm 30. Yeah.
You're 30?
Yeah.
All right.
2 days ago, I celebrate my 30.
Okay, so are you older or younger than Belarus itself?
Older.
Just older.
Older in countries that appear after broke USSR.
All right. So what the fuck are you doing in Bisbee, Arizona?
It's a very difficult
Tell
question.
us your whole trip.
My whole trip started in New York.
All right. How long ago?
About 12 hours.
12 hours ago?
12 hours in whole.
He was in New York for 12 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is like a game show.
Yeah.
This is good.
How long have you been in the United States?
From 26 January.
Okay, so all right. This wasn't evergreen. I had to ask dates.
Not like it.
So you travel for how long? How long are you here? Until you marry an American woman? Become a citizen?
No.
Oh, goodbye, Val. Sorry, you're no longer necessary.
Tried to hook you up, Val. You said you were in Miami?
Yeah. After New York, I fly to Miami and rent car and go to Bisbee.
And you said he was headed towards Los Angeles.
And that's where you're going next.
Yeah.
And that's why you're not drinking, because you're driving immediately after this podcast to Los Angeles?
Yeah.
It's very weird to see a Russian guy not drinking. Is it weird? Is it
Because
okay to
I'm
not
not
be Russian?
I'm not Russian.
Okay.
I'm Belarusian. It's a big difference.
All right. I caught myself.
Yeah.
Wikipedia says
The nerve
that
of you.
Belarus used to be known by its Russian name, Byelorusia.
Belarusia.
Something like that.
No. Belarus.
Of course, of course, you think it sounds wrong, but when I look at it here, it's Byelorusia.
Yeah,
Buy low in Russia. It's kind of what we're trying to do
crazy
here.
Russian right.
Yeah, I mean, it's Wikipedia. I mean, Putin could have written that. So
Some guys under high write it. I don't know.
Yes.
So you're 30 years old. You're very fit. You look like every other. I'm just going to keep saying Russian. But you know what I mean. You look like. Do you all do it?
Your opinion.
No, there's very specific. Eastern European is a very specific. You all look like you do MMA and drink vodka for breakfast.
No, I don't drink
lunch.
vodka at all.
You don't do mixed martial arts. You're not a trained assassin.
Yeah,
There's some tough motherfuckers over there.
Wouldn't
I
a
don't care
trained
if it's Belarus
assassin
or Ukraine or whatever the fuck?
Wouldn't a trained assassin not admit to being a trained assassin?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they just assassinate each other drunk. I watch YouTube clips. They fucking get drunk and they beat the fuck out of each other, and it's 40 below zero.
I asked him, I said, well, where did you stay last night? He said, in my car. I said, hey, I can relate to that.
You're doing this on the cheap.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So how long are you going to stay?
Stay here or
In the United States?
until 23rd February.
All right. How do you make money? I thought you were all poor over there.
I'm programmer.
Programmer. Hacker.
No.
Yeah.
I do only good things.
White hat.
White hat.
Hacker.
No.
Have you been followed at all by black Chevy Suburbans? We don't have our secret police on you?
No
Not
secrets.
yet. When this podcast comes out.
No secrets.
So where do you go tonight?
I don't know. It's depends on how long can I drive today.
Okay, but if we were to pour vodka down your head and offer you the guest house to sleep overnight, then you wouldn't have to drive.
No, I should be in LA tomorrow.
All right. See, for one fucking time, someone shows up at the gate like a stray dog, and you offer them alcohol and a place to stay, and they say no. I like
we'll
that.
just have to assume that that's how every answer will be from now on out.
Yes.
Michael's ruined it for everyone.
But seriously, why are you guys always beating the fuck out of each other on YouTube? Is that normal life over there? It's just getting drunk and no hope?
No, it's
No
only,
sunshine?
It's only for YouTube. It's in real life. It's different people.
I occasionally get emails from that part of the world saying, when will you come here? Fucking never. Not going there. How cold is it at home right now? Look up Minsk weather. I want to know.
It's not much colder than here,
Oh, really?
as it here at night.
Yeah. Hang on. Chaille's finding it.
I typed in Musk. Sorry.
Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, well, who knows that?
It's saying it's
He wanted to check how hot Elon
Minsk,
Musk.
Belarus is 1 degree. That's, I would assume, Celsius.
All right.
Yeah, they're on the. It's metric, dude.
Yeah. All right.
Don't have to get mad
So
about
tell
it,
us
dude.
about your life. Tell us about your life.
For a second, I thought Doug thought it was 32
No, I know.
below zero
I did too.
Well, no,
So I was
1 degree would be just above freezing.
which is,
in Celsius.
Yes.
which is
Okay.
cold.
Yeah,
regardless.
that is cold.
But it's 9 hours later there.
For our country, in winter, it's not cold. It's warm.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. I thought he was going to bust into some Yakov Smirnoff right there.
In
In my
your country.
country.
Yes, we have cable.
1 degree is bikini weather.
I was surprised you weren't wearing shorts when he said Mike from Belarus is at the gate.
Yeah.
So tell us about your life. You have a lady
Wait, did you finish?
or a guy?
Did you
or-
finish why he's New York, then Florida, and then traveling across? Did you get what happens after he goes to?
Well, if he
LA?
left, you had to drive pretty much straight. That's not a quick drive.
No.
Miami to here is a long.
And it's
fucking
all across.
drive.
He didn't go anywhere else except
Did you
across the
stop
south.
anywhere?
Yeah, I stopped in rest area in.
Took a piss in
That's a good
Chattanooga.
vacation.
Yeah, we get that part, Mike.
It's my type of vacation.
Rest areas?
I don't know.
Did you meet any strange
don't,
gentlemen in the toilets?
Don't choose beach vacation or.
You didn't go to the beach in Miami?
No, the bitch. He doesn't want bitch locations.
Did you go to South Beach? Nothing?
No.
Where'd you eat? We were just talking about this. Val and I was like, what fast food have you eaten? I assume you're eating fast food if you're only stopping at rest areas.
I can buy in any fast food in the rest area. I usually buy it in truck stops or gas station.
Have you had to eat Burger King?
Yeah, but
Shit.
in my country, also a lot of Burger Kings.
Ugh.
Usually I buy in Walmart or...
What do you eat? What do they feed you?
Salads, meat.
Salad.
Look at him. Of course
Oh,
he eats
shit.
salads.
He's doing fucking sit-ups in the rest area.
He is with
Kettlebells. He packed kettlebells for his vacation.
That's the only
I
luggage.
must break you.
That's right. Go for it.
So what are you going to do in L.A.?
I still don't decide.
Do you have any plans for while you're here?
Yeah, I had plans, but I have more times that I expected. And I think I go to San Francisco or Las Vegas or continue driving.
Good.
Good for you.
Do you drive all the way back to Miami?
No. Continue driving to another city
Where do you end?
in LA.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's what he told me. He's going from here to LA, and then he goes to San Francisco. He has to change his car.
Yeah,
and then
I
he's going
changed
back to
car in
LA to fly out.
And,
All right.
my route to another city or another area.
Have you had any fun?
Yeah, it's my fun.
What is your fun? Tell me.
Tell me.
My fun is traveling.
Do you know anyone? Any friends in the States?
No.
Nobody. I'm your only friend now.
It's a good friend to have.
Yeah. Okay.
So how long have you been planning this trip? Is this like a dream come true for you? Because you don't seem very happy to be here.
No, I'm happy inside.
Deep inside.
Yeah.
No,
Deep
now
inside.
that he's inside a building and not in his car.
Yeah.
He's happy inside a building.
We've all been there, Mike. Let it out. It's okay.
I'm happy only when I'm inside car. When I go out,
Have you met any assholes?
no.
Have you seen any Make America Great Again baseball hats?
No.
Well, that's good. Good so far.
Because I'm sitting in car, I don't see any assholes.
So for 5 days now, 6 days, you've done nothing but drive.
Yeah.
And he said he had no...
You didn't stop in New Orleans?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I stop in some cities like New Orleans, in Houston.
I want to look at your phone and see what pictures you've taken.
No,
No.
I can show you.
He took about 50 outside the FunHouse and up about top on Van Dyke.
We'll take some pictures here.
Yeah.
So do you listen to the podcast? How do you know to come here?
Yeah, I listen sometimes, not all, not all time, not each. About Bisbee, I know from your specials.
Okay. I know someone has subtitled some of my specials. Do you speak Russian?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fucking Russian. Fuck you.
No, I'm not Russian.
Well, she speaks Spanish, and she calls herself Hispanic, but she's not from Spain. So.
From Latina.
Latina? All right. Okay, so you speak Russian. Have you seen any of my specials with Russian subtitles? Did you watch me in English?
Yeah.
And you understood
He's
enough?
seen everything.
Yeah.
We were just down there. He was buying some T-shirts at the new store. I didn't think about opening it up, but if we got enough traffic. But then I go, hey, any DVD CDs? I've seen them all. So he has seen everything or he just didn't want to buy anything.
That's a good out.
Yeah, smart guy, Mike.
That's probably why he doesn't want to drink and stay over, because he can only keep up the phony accent for so long.
Yeah. It's really Joe Pesci.
He's from Iowa.
He's Nick. He's Nick from Miami, Arizona.
It could be one of Gump's relatives. If I look carefully.
Well, his distance, just so you know, I looked it up, from Miami, Florida to Bisbee is 2258. That's quite a distance to cover and stop in only 2 places.
It's only
2,200
hours?
2,200 miles.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Say 22. Yeah. That would be
it's 1 day and 11 hours, if you go straight across. But
you didn't get pulled over at all? No police?
Yeah, no police.
And he said he drove straight from Miami pretty much to here. No snow anywhere.
Well,
with all this bullshit, I guess he's doing the southern sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes right through New Orleans, all Houston, San Antonio.
Riding the perimeter. Smart.
El Paso, shithole, awful. El Paso is one of the. Yeah, I can't believe you slept in your car in El Paso.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't get
stolen.
It
was on truck stop.
Yeah, it's
around a lot of people.
Yeah, there's nothing between San Antonio to El Paso. There's nothing, so you're kind of stuck with El Paso.
Why you don't like El Paso?
It's just dirty, filthy, ugly. There's nothing going on there.
Other than that, a great place.
It's terrible, but L.A. it's going to be worse.
L.A. is worse for you?
Yeah, no, it's a different kind of worse.
Him flying into Miami is I guess that would be. Well, no, you flew to New York, so he's touching all the bases.
You drove from New York to Miami as well?
No, I
flew into New York, but he goes to Miami, but he doesn't go to the beach. He's going to L.A. You're not going to Disneyland or Hollywood or anything?
Yeah, where in L.A. do you go?
I'm going to airport to change my car, this rental car.
He's doing the air miles. He's doing your thing.
He is like me in that I don't want to see shit when I fly somewhere. I don't want to see anything. I don't care. I don't want to see a temple or a fucking
I have a question. Museum. I have a question for Michael. I mean, we've covered where you're going and how you're getting there and when you're leaving. Are you able to, because you seem to like to drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you able to drive like you are in America here in Belarus? Is it a country where you can go out and hit the road?
Right-hand drive, right? Is it same side of the road you drive?
Oh, they're civilized.
Cool.
In my country, laws the same as in Europe, and little difference between USA and...
I've heard most places drive on the same side of the road as we do. It's just the ones I go to that don't. Fucking UK.
So do you... Is that something you could do, like to cruise around, like you want to go on a road trip in Belarus, or does it take like 10 minutes to get across the country?
Put Belarus back up on that map.
Yeah, that's right here.
Yeah, do you drive like this at home for vacations? Just drive around the EU?
I don't drive around EU, but I was in some European countries like Germany, France, Italian, Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia.
I've never been to any of those, and I never wanted to.
Really?
I only go to the places that speak English. Scandinavia. You ever go to Norway?
No, as I remember, you was in Holland.
Yeah, I've been to Holland.
Yeah, your
Denmark,
last sweep up there, you hit them all.
Sweden, Norway.
Mm-hmm.
Why you don't want to go to south of Europe?
Because nobody knows me there except for you.
You are the one, Mike.
It really isn't like Doug gave a wish list to Hennigan and said, I want to go to these countries. It's basically where they get enough interest, they'll go. But Doug doesn't want to go anywhere.
Oh, actually, in Minsk, going to show his show, one American comic. I don't remember who.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with comedy. Yeah, he was very funny. What was his name? I have no idea.
We had one American
I remember
comic once.
only two. It's you and
Tom Rhodes. I bet it was Tom Rhodes.
yeah.
Tom Rhodes goes
Exactly.
everywhere.
and it's Bill Burr.
Oh, Bill Burr went to Belarus?
Hey,
No.
No, it's the ones that he watches.
Oh, okay.
Or that
that's a
you
great
follow.
one to watch.
Do you have any friends that watch the same comedy that you do?
No.
Do you have any friends that speak English?
In programming sphere, pretty much people who understand English and good on bad.
Do you enjoy finding someone that speaks English so you can talk to them and practice?
It's
And
not so
like
difficult.
you're speaking in code?
In my country, I can go to street where, like center or downtown, where a lot of bars and any foreigners go to this area, and you can go and it's easy to see who is foreigners, who is local, and just go and talk with him. Go.
It's you find that with cab drivers, especially that speak broken English, and they love to try it out on you, and you don't want to talk back. You just want to get to your fucking hotel.
Yeah.
It is nice weather, yes. Like, oh, just stop. Stop.
In my country, taxi driver very bad talk English.
That's another reason I wouldn't want to go there. I want to just tell me where I can eat. Something that's not
You
disgusting.
can go to Burger King or McDonald's.
Back to Burger King.
Each and eat the same thing that you each here.
Now, Belarus, is there any kind of shit going on there? Like wars or rebels or
No, nothing.
pretty peaceful?
Yep.
All right. They're not trying to Ukraine that fucking country?
Yeah, in Ukraine.
Did you have to do military service?
Sorry.
Did you have to? Some countries is compulsory. You have to spend time in the military.
Yeah.
Did you have to do that?
Yeah.
You say that?
How does the Belarus military look? Formidable?
I can say
I can't say.
it's secret.
You say, are you a Spetsnaz agent?
How long were you in the military?
1 year.
1 year.
I didn't know that.
Didn't stick. Didn't want to make a career out of it.
No, because I like programming from school. It's funny for me.
Do you have a lady? Kids?
Just lady, no kids.
Is she angry that you left without her?
No,
No, she couldn't wait to get rid of you.
she is good.
She's good.
She's good. She's in car.
Under
You're the best. He'll be right out.
We've had that before. We've had
Oh yeah, that's
people show up and guys watching football with us for like 2 hours. And then we find out his wife is sitting out in the car on the street. I go, why don't you bring her in? Well, I didn't want to be rude. Well, you wanted to be rude to her. You left her out there like a dog in a hot car for the last 2 hours.
She's not really a fan.
Maybe she loves.
Does she speak English?
No.
Okay. So she does.
She
I
don't
guarantee she
she
doesn't think I'm
watch
funny.
you. Yeah.
When you try to translate my act to her, she doesn't laugh.
Some Russians translate your specials, and
Laugh.
She doesn't think I'm funny. I know.
yeah,
it.
it's funny. It's
To her?
still funny. For her, for people's.
Generally, yeah. The girlfriend always hates me.
Yeah, that's a very American thing.
But not Belarus. But not
Yeah,
Belarus.
it's maybe for me. It's just she like it because I like it.
It's a good woman. You got to mark that on your calendar,
She's a keeper.
Doug.
I feel like we should be doing
Future tour date.
I-
more
I-
for you.
I believe that she never heard this.
You could do a shout out in Belarus. There was,
Okay, we'll be right back with the what do you call it? Exchange Student Podcast with Mike from Belarus and Tom Konopka, as well as me and Ggreg Chaille. Okay, we'll be right back. Cocktails.
Da.
The sponsors that I love, Chaille, they sent the ad copy with a beautiful note in the beginning saying, hey, make this real, make this your own, make it fit with your podcast, which not a lot of sponsors that don't sponsor us anymore do. Because, yeah, I do try to tailor it, and we do use Squarespace, squarespace.com. If you don't have a website, listener, you're nobody. You should have a website, your own website.
It's easy. Everyone, I mean, this is a thing where, like, Bingo has a website. DougStanhope.com is made on a Squarespace template that we moved them around a couple of times in the past couple of years.
As much as people hoke with us, and I'm not going to drop the hoaxes that have been, why don't you get like Bisbee FunHouse.com, set that up, build that up, and maybe we buy it back from you. Like, all right, I shouldn't be giving you too many clues how to find our hamstrings, but it's that simple.
You can turn any cool idea into a website in a few moments. I mean, it really is that simple. You get your URL, Doug. You know what a URL is, right?
Yeah, it's a urinary tract
laceration,
infection. I don't. All right, I know it's the fucking
uniform
thing.
Resource Locator. You get your URL.
I wouldn't have known.
No, you get your URL, and then you can just park it. You can register it through Squarespace and then play around with some of the templates. They've got them all separated into different kind of categories. Like if you're into photography, they've got ones that are made just for highlighting your photos.
Yeah, make a website. If you were born with some stupid name because your parents were on crank and they called you Konstantina Lavakwe, well, that's not taken. So have a website.
Chances are it's available. KonstantinaVarakwa.com. You won't have to do a dot.
Yeah, you don't have to do a .tv.
.tv.
Just make a website. And what are you doing in your free time? What are you doing on a Sunday now that there's no football?
Sell your widgets.
Sell your goddamn widgets.
Yeah, it's real simple with a e-commerce solution. It's plugged right into the websites. The thing I really like about Squarespace, and this is something that I ran into problems when people started getting phones, smartphones, and stuff like that. When I used to make websites, it would look different on a phone than it would look on a desktop. But now everyone's got, the iPads, they've got their tablets they're all looking on.
Apps.
These are all responsive websites. They're all looking to look good on no matter what device your user's going to watch it on.
Do you know how good you're going to feel when you build your own website? Because to most people, that sounds like difficult work. But Squarespace makes it simple. And hey, what are you doing? I just built my own website. And then you have content that you stole. People will check you for the news.
Maybe not steal it, but you can put like anything you're involved in. It's a great way to announce things that you got going on.
All right, don't steal, bastardize. Change 2 words in the article. Have I gone down a Brody Stevens rabbit hole? Yes, I have. I am copying Brody Stevens, who had a website. Thank you. Enjoy it.
We've got your updates page, which is the landing page for everyone who goes to DougStanhope.com. That's so simple to update, and I do that every time we put a new podcast out. You've got your mailing list right on there, which is how you keep in touch with all your listeners, and that's a good time to get on the
That's
the
how
mailing
you
list.
get chicks.
That's how
the
you get
mailing
chicks,
list.
The mailing list.
We should put out a mailing list blast. Hey, I'm on the road without the old blue-haired ball and chain. Who wants to hook up? I would only do that to sell Squarespace. Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/Stanhope for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code Stanhope. Just always use Stanhope. Anything you ever buy, use /Stanhope. Even if they're not a sponsor. You save 10% off on your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/Stanhope. With all our crazy listeners, I don't know if I want to be saying /Stanhope and they're going, I think he's talking to me. Squarespace. Okay, we're back. Our friend Jonathan, from the podcast, just walked in, who's traveled all over Russia. And I went, oh, perfect. And I said, hey, do you speak any Russian? And you said...
Извините, я говорю по-русски, как испанская корова.
Which means?
No.
Which, well, let's...
Tell me, Michael, what did he just say?
Пожалуйста.
It means that he's speaking Russian like Spanish cow.
And why did you learn that, of all things?
I heard it once. It was a British reporter doing this documentary in Russia, and he'd said that, and that was the only thing that he could say in Russian. So I thought, I'll get my Russian friends to teach me that one. But it's got me out of so many scrapes because I got loads of friends in Moscow. But what I'd often do when I travel there is I go and see them for a week and just get fucked up on vodka, just have a great time, you know. But then I'd take myself to some sort of post-industrial, post-Soviet shithole in the Urals of a town or something and just wander around and looking at war memorials and shit and go to museums and things, but where nobody spoke English because like they're, you know, sort of out in the sticks that they don't do anything. So you're there. And it's really nice because I like vacationing on my own because, well, I haven't got any friends, but the other one is you can do whatever you like, you know, and even if you're with a good friend, you're always like, oh, I wonder if they want to have lunch now or, you know, and it's always kind of on your mind. You travel on your own. It's fuck, do whatever I like.
Absolutely.
So you just be stomping around.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it.
He left his bird back in Belarus.
But yeah, it's a fun place. But I love vacations where you're telling yourself off as you're walking down a road saying, you've really fucked it up this time, haven't you? You know?
Do you have any English ready to get out of a jam, like being pulled over by the cops? Do you have, I'll say this, like he has Spanish cow? Did you plan ahead for any of this? Were you nervous about any part of America? Were you, like parts of like the South? Because the South has a bad reputation. Have you stopped at a gas station where you're nervous for your own safety?
No,
well, you should be.
In previous year, I travel in India.
Ugh.
After India,
anything's easy.
You say like peaceful place in the world, I think.
Yeah, I guess I think I would assume that because of all the Trump shit that Southerners would be more sympathetic to Russians because Putin and Trump are buddies now. And
is that what you think?
That's what I guess. I don't know. Sometimes you have to profile.
All right.
I profile Belarus as drunk people kickboxing on YouTube in an alley. That's what I picture. If you don't know, I haven't seen any.
You haven't seen anything otherwise on YouTube.
And is there anything you want to see while you're here?
I don't want to see any specials like museums or mountains or...
I understand that.
I just like travel and see how people live and how people drink, or I don't know how.
Have you gotten drunk since you've been here?
Yeah.
He refused my offer. He says he can't drink.
I drank in New York.
All right. For 12, you were there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
What, did you drink at the airport?
12 hours. It's, I can drink 5 times in 12 hours.
They have a great word for hangover, or like, it's like a general, is it Pakmeli?
Yeah.
It's just a great word for that, but it's like more than a hangover. It's like after like a heavy vodka night. Yeah. You know, when you start going a bit crazy, like in the hangover and but it's the whole thing is Pakmeli. It's good. And they've got there's like a universal, well, in ex-Soviet countries, a universal symbol for let's go and get fucked up on vodka. And that is this, you flick your neck. And if you look at somebody and go like that, it just means let's go and get fucked up on vodka.
Is that true?
Yeah.
All right. Have you gone through a border patrol checkpoint yet? Because you will in about 30 minutes outside of town.
No problems.
But have you been through border checkpoint?
Yeah. It's near El Paso.
Is that
El Paso?
Oh, El Paso. Oh, yeah. I guess there's probably shitloads around El Paso. But no problem. Just, I don't know nothing. It's my paper.
No problems. Just smile at Border Patrol.
Yeah, well, you look pretty Aryan Nation, so.
I mean, he got through
blonde hair.
He got through our border patrol
He smiled.
up on Van Dyke.
Yeah,
Just by smiling. He just smiled at Tom.
I wish I had something fun for you. We were just talking. We sometimes play urine roulette. Do they call Russian roulette over there?
No.
Do you know what Russian roulette is?
Yeah.
They don't call it Russian roulette. Do they call it American roulette?
Only in American movies uses this.
So you never played?
No.
What we do?
No one.
We do it with
played.
squirt guns. You know what a squirt gun is? Water gun.
Yeah.
For kids.
Yeah.
5 guns are filled with tequila.
Oh.
1 with piss, and you just pick it up blind and squirt it in your mouth and hope it's tequila.
It's cool.
We don't.
I will try at home.
We don't have the squirt guns. We're unprepared for your arrival. You should have emailed me and told me you were coming.
Oh, Chris Castle's put this up.
Oh, here we go. This is piss roulette, but unfortunately, this podcast is audio only. So
Yeah.
fucking Opie and Anthony would do this all the time.
Oh, it's Shawnee and Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would put on clips and talk about them, but then you couldn't see it. But yeah, this is one Super Bowl party with Bingo versus Shawnee.
Whose piss is it?
Piss roulette. I think it was Tracy's piss. That's the thing. We make sure a good-looking girl pisses in the squirt gun, so it takes a little bit of the edge off.
Or at least we tell them.
That's what we say. All right, enough of this. It doesn't help the podcast.
We'll put a link in the show notes, and you can watch it if you haven't. I didn't know this was up, and Chris Castle did that.
You don't want to see or to show finish of this video?
Oh, he wants to get it.
It's going to end badly.
Yeah, we can watch it after the podcast.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I'll put it on the big screen afterwards. We'll have audio too.
Yeah, we'll have audio. You can hear it.
So what's your name? Is it Mikhail? What?
Mikhail.
Yeah. And what's your?
He had me sign it in the American version of Michael, so when he gets back to customs.
Because I don't know how to write in English, Mikhail. Like
My middle name is Mikhailovich. I don't know, but
it is.
But I'm not Russian at all.
How did you, Jonathan? How did you end up in Russia?
So I nearly died up a mountain in the Altai Mountains in Siberia, but my Russian friends saved me. It was their reason we got into some trouble going up this mountain. Not like ropes and picks and shit, but it was like a very steep mountain. Yeah, it was like a very severe hike. And because Russian males are normally just fucking crazy and have no concept of personal safety, and they're massive on the sort of bravado and just doing crazy shit. I mean, it is just genetic. They're mad fuckers.
Told you.
Totally disorganized and useless as well. I find if you get 3 Russians together, you will achieve nothing that day. It's like
Injuries.
It's just like okay, so today we have to go and buy a ticket or something for a train journey we're going to do in 3 days. So there's 3 of us. We're in the center of Moscow, lots of train stations, lots of places to buy tickets. Let's do. Yeah, okay, you get 3 of them. Okay, but first I just need to go to my grandfather's and pick up this book and then take it to my uncle's and then we'll just do this. And then it's like 11 p.m. and you're just blind drunk and the ticket stations are all closed. And then what happens is you then do that for 3 days and then you go to the train station and think, we'll just buy a ticket before we get on this journey, and then the train's completely sold out. And then they've just got this absolute indignation and fury with the world that they can't book a ticket and do this just because of their complete ineptitude at organising anything. And then they just get really angry and then that'll ruin their entire day. I can't remember where I was going with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I don't want to...
But yeah, I went up a mountain, nearly died, but they're also just incredibly brave and just, like I was saying, but crazy. And 4 of my friends actually physically carried me to the top of the hill. I was in such bad shape.
Oh,
Just
no way we're not going to hit
dehydrated
the top of the hill. There's a small bar up there.
But no, unfortunately, there wasn't. There was nothing. There was just wilderness. So we had to sort of march on, almost passing out from dehydration for several miles afterwards. And after that, I thought that was such a nice thing, because if it was me and my English friends and we had, Michal here or something, and we just went up, past the razor wire up thing, and it looks like he wasn't going to make it, it'd just be like, well, it's nice chat, nice knowing him, sort of see you later. But they didn't. They sort of, just bodily carried me up, and I'm a big guy, and I used to be much bigger. And they sort of did that, and I was so sort of overwhelmed by it, I thought, I'll give myself a Russian name, so I just changed it by default. So it's a middle name.
So it's legal?
Yeah. It's in my
That's the
passport
one
and
that's on
everything.
your Twitter, right?
That's a sort of shortened version of it. But yes, Mihailovich. So,
So you, I know Belarus and Russia are different, but does he describe Russian people? Are Belarus people
No, it's
similar?
No.
They're not
they are dogs.
crazy.
No, not so crazy.
What do you make of the Russians generally? What do Belarusian people make of the Russians? They like them?
Impression. What is their impression?
Different. Someone's like, someone's not.
But is there animosity? Do they hate each other? When other than soccer? Was Belarus in the World Cup?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Belarus was part of USSR, and
But were they in the World Cup?
FIFA.
Football. Yeah. And what question?
Did Belarus qualify for World Cup? He's looking it up.
No, not so
I
strong.
thought there
Not
was
so strong in soccer. In football.
Do you follow football?
When only
Team Belarus.
1 in 4 years, when big cup, like.
I just imagine you living this sedentary Kafka life with your girl, and you don't speak, and you have one light bulb in your apartment, and you have some kind of like old-fashioned romance or
Waxed toilet paper.
Belarus was in a group A. So yeah, Belarus was a team in FIFA.
So what do you do for
programmer
work?
I'm a programmer.
Oh, okay. What do you do? What do you program? I sort of work in tech, unfortunately.
I make service for login time for builders.
Okay. You're the man.
What does that
He
mean?
makes time card machines, but the digital equivalent. The thing that Gump couldn't fill out.
Do you get into fights every weekend?
Fights?
Yeah, punchy people, drinking, fighting. You're so reserved and quiet that I think when you drink,
ticking time bomb.
then after 5 days of programming, then you just punch someone in the face. I feel like you want
difference
to.
between American and Belarusian, it's not so big.
All right.
Not crazy Russian on street.
Fat ignorant racists.
No bears.
No bears?
No atomic bombs.
Is it difficult to get into Belarus as a tourist?
No.
Do you need a visa?
Yeah.
No.
I do not anymore. I know when I was traveling to Russia, I mean, to get into Russia is a pain in the ass to get a visa. They just want
I don't know
money,
about
basically.
Russia,
but it's a separate one for same.
But if you want to visit Belarus, you just fly to airport and get visa for months.
If I stood outside of your house for a long time, would you let me in eventually?
Yeah.
Like Fight Club?
Yeah.
I have to stand on the porch for 2 days?
Why Fight Club? Why Dream Club, maybe?
In Fight Club, they made him stand on the porch.
The
like
movie.
this, in the movie. To get into...
Yeah.
No, you're not good enough. And you'd stand there.
Yeah.
So if I stood outside your house, your girlfriend would eventually allow you to let me in?
No.
Yeah, I'd like to go there one day. Get around to it. Minsk. But yeah, before it just seemed a bit difficult with the visa situation. It was just an extra visa to apply for.
Before when it was
it's
more Russian controlled. Is that what you're?
No, I never went there in sort of Soviet times, but always. It's just an extra visa. I went to one country once, which technically doesn't exist, which is on the border of Russia and Georgia. And it's a place called Abkhazia. And that was the fucking craziest place I've ever been in my life, because only 3 countries in the world think that it's a country. They accept it as a country. One of them is Russia. The other one is Venezuela, and then another one is some other tiny
Cuba?
island. Yeah, something like that.
It's like the way Castle Rock Kenny thinks he's a rapper.
Yeah. But we went there, and that was fucking crazy, because, like, nothing works. Everything's cash in Russian rubles. Credit cards don't work. Mobile phone roaming doesn't work from anybody, because the country doesn't exist. Like, Georgia thinks it's part of Georgia, and they've had a couple of wars there. They had another war there about 12 years ago. And they think they're their own country since the breakup of the Soviet Union. And that was fucking terrifying. It's like a bit of a holiday destination. It's on the Black Sea Mountains, just fucking beautiful, really hot. And it's lawless, pretty much. And there'd be like cafes. It's full of Russian tourists. But there's cafes with, like, you know, the plastic sort of white chairs and tables with just fat, drunk policemen in uniform with a fucking machine gun on the table, just drinking chacha, is it? What's like the sort of Georgian moonshine stuff? And it's just like, shit, this place is pretty lawless. Sorry?
Chacha?
Chacha, that's it. Yeah, it's a moonshine thing they have in Georgia. And that was really bad. And like a friend of mine, we went out one night. Now, Vladimir, a good friend of mine lives in Moscow. He is fearless, and he's hard as fuck. He does like mixed martial arts.
They all do.
And
even babies. Girl babies.
Girl babies?
Yeah.
At age 14.
Rear naked chokehold.
At age 14, Vladimir was
That's no hug.
Was the second, I think it was Samba, which is like judo, isn't it? Samba, it's like a Russian version. It's very close to judo. But he was the number 2 in the juniors in Moscow when he was 14. So he's pretty good at it, sort of thing. And he's just fucking fearless. I mean, he just has no fear. I mean, he's a corporate lawyer. He's very bright and, you know, but just utterly fearless. And it was the only time I've ever seen him. So we went out to eat, and we were in a cafe, and Vladimir's wife noticed somebody behind us trying to steal one of our bags. So she grabbed it, and the guy just stayed. He didn't leave or anything. She decided to steal our bag. And then this guy came over and said, "Oh, really sorry about that, but I was trying to steal your bag, but I'm a thief, that's what I do. Do you want a drink?" And then you sort of look around, and there's 3 old boys, one of them who obviously runs it, owns the place, just mafia gangster, you know, that they run the place, and they obviously let him work in this cafe. Because my friend's wife was complaining to the people who worked there, the waitresses, and they wanted nothing to do with it. You know, like, this guy just tried to steal a bag, throw him out. No, they just ignored us. And he looks over, and there's 3 old boys there who just obviously run the place and let him run that. And Vladimir, who's just fucking enormous, muscly, you know, sort of martial arts fighter, and he just said to me, he said, "Yeah, I really want to, you know, hit this guy, but we can't. We're just outgunned." And then he, like, looked over to these 3 old guys who ran the place, and we just had this walk of shame back to our apartment of just like,
with Hulk Hogan in your group,
yeah.
You got to slink
you
away.
Know, but there's just no, you know, there's like the police are just totally buyable, you know, and you just had no recourse to the law in this sort of crazy place that, you know, doesn't technically
Belarus,
exist.
a lot of crime?
No.
Mafia?
It's no problem to go at night, any district, no problem.
Yeah, it's really odd. I mean, asking him about what his country's like, it's like someone saying, "So, Doug, is there a lot of crime in America?" I mean, it's
not here.
I mean, it's where you are, you know? I mean, he's in Minsk. Minsk is a rather large city, right? Compared to out. So the profile would be much different than somewhere else. I mean, I'm realizing this when you're asking that question. I'm going, well, that was kind of, how do you answer that one? You know? Is there a lot of crime in an entire country? Well,
where he lives.
You could say somewhere, some places in South America, absolutely. You would say, well, I wouldn't even go there. But I don't know.
Well, I can say that about Belarus right now before I even talk to Mikhail, or Michael, as he's known here. I'd still not go there.
Well, I got a suggestion. He has to go. He has an open time frame. You said you got extra time than what you thought. That's why you're able to drive up to San Francisco and back, I guess.
Sorry, extra time.
You've got more time than you actually thought. So okay. So between here and Los Angeles, where would you suggest?
Palm Springs.
Now
Palm Springs is good.
That is someplace where I don't think regular people would go. Do you plan on getting
a hotel ever, or always sleep in your car?
No, of course I will live in hotel.
Have you got a hotel yet?
Only in New York.
All right, where it's the most expensive.
Why, you sleeping in a car? Sleeping in a rental car?
Yeah.
Do you have a pillow and blanket?
I have a sleeping bag.
Okay. I don't know what we can set him up with. I don't know if you have time to stop.
You driving to San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's going to LA and then San Francisco. He's got to switch a car.
Jonathan lives in San Francisco, but you can't stay with him because the apartment's this big.
No, I've got a spare room, actually. You can drop by. I've got a spare room I don't need. I sometimes go and roll around on the floor in it because to make up the extra $600 it costs me for the extra room I never use.
Spare room up there. You could be charging.
Tell me about it. Yeah, pop by. I live in Mountain View. I'm going to have lunch at. Can you bleep that? That's where I work.
You work at.
Yeah.
You never told me that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. But
can you bleep that?
Yeah. That's,
okay.
I haven't. No, I was. We went to Twitter headquarters, which I guess is kind of similar.
It's all up in the area.
Like a Las Vegas style buffet and a DJ spinning fucking records at lunchtime at work.
Yeah.
Twitter home offices. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, Microsoft Office the same way. It's like
video games and
there's a post office inside the Microsoft campus, and there's also you can get dry cleaning done. I mean, it looks like going to the food court at a mall, like a good mall, not a.
He will take you to quarters if you want to go in San Francisco.
We'll go for lunch.
Okay.
Fuzzy, I'll do one thing.
He hasn't even asked us to go.
The two biggest things in America: Bisbee FunHouse,
the must-sees. Yeah.
Is there anything in America that surprised you that you didn't expect? Every time I've gone to a foreign country, I have an expectation. And I usually am right. The UK sucks. It's fucking bland and ugly and boring. I expected that, and I was right.
And that's
United
movies.
States pretty much what you expected?
In our country, very popular American movies, and we know a lot about USA, and it's not surprise for.
All right.
So, but if you watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High, that doesn't mean you understand American culture. Well, I guess part of it.
Of course, but it's not surprise.
Yeah.
It's not
shocking. Not like going to India.
It was.
Oh, no, wait.
No, it's not so bad.
Why India?
Because it's interesting. It's a big difference between our life and theirs life.
Who got the best deal?
Huh?
Who got the best deal?
I don't even understand that question.
No,
if it's a toss-up of which country you get to live in Belarus or India, who won?
He's asking if India is worse than Belarus.
It's not worse and better. It's just different.
Then Belarus must be really shitty because India is a cesspool.
No, I think I understand what he's saying is that he's going there for the experience. I mean, like he said, I sleep in my car because that's the way I roll.
They don't
that's
have
my
cars.
travel.
They have rickshaws there.
When I'm
no, in India I sleep in hotels, not in car.
Hovels?
Hotels.
Yeah,
hotels.
But I think I think it's why he took the trip that he's taking. Is that you like to see the way people live. You like to experience it. And I think that would be one way that if I ever went to India, that would be the only reason I think I would go to India, because I'd want to see like what it's like.
I would just want to be, I would go to India so I appreciate home so much more.
Yeah.
Would you go back to India?
No.
A decisive no.
Because I don't like visit second time
All right.
the same place.
Will you go back to America?
I don't finish with America when after.
Yeah, he's
I
still
think
got
about
3 weeks.
But he's only gone across the South. I mean, Doug's traveled all over the country numerous times. I mean,
It's
when we went to
February.
Montana, remember when we went to Montana, we're like, this is fucking gorgeous. Because we stayed a couple days.
Not in the winter.
Not in the winter.
No, fuck
See,
no.
I mean, that's
You go to Siberia.
Yeah. Well, he could actually stand it up in Montana right now because it's 1 degree at home. But you know what I mean? It's like America is so large that it really depends where you go, who you know, who's going to tell you what to. I mean, you meet
I'm
people
going to
along
show
the
you
way.
on the map. If you're driving from San Francisco to Las Vegas, you have to go through Reno and down the back roads to Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the best. At this time of year, it's
Oh,
not
he'd love
that
that too.
bad,
Yeah.
Desolate, empty, it's very romantic.
Go to Burger King in Reno.
Yeah, 1 full day with no Walmart, the whole drive. Go to the Bunny Ranch, a brothel, whorehouse, legal, prostitute.
Oh, you got that.
Nevada, legalized prostitution. You go to the Bunny Ranch, girls come out, you pick one. Do they have prostitutes in Belarus? Legal?
No.
No? But
Yeah.
you,
So big difference, I understand.
have you ever had the services of a prostitute?
I can't answer this question.
He'd rather talk about Belarus military.
No.
He did have to do 1 year of compulsory military service.
Oh yeah. Is it pretty easy to bribe your way out of that?
Sorry?
Can you pay money
To
under
not-
the table to not go? That's what a lot of my friends in Moscow did. Well, they all got out of it. Some of them, there's many routes that you can sort of bribe your way out of national service.
Yeah, it's possible when you know
the right people.
the right people. Yeah,
But you didn't.
yeah. I wanted to serve because it's fun.
Oh, you wanted to serve?
Yep.
You had fun doing that? How old were you?
22, maybe.
Fuck. I can't
What, do you
imagine that
defer
being
until
fun.
after college? If you go to university, do you sort of do your national service after university?
Yeah,
You can sort of
serve
put it off.
after university.
Yeah, some of my friends, my Russian friends, they got out of their national service by many different means. One of them is just endlessly being a student until you get to 27, and then they don't bother.
They don't
calling
even
up,
want you.
'cause you can just keep deferring it if you start new courses. Another one, his family knew someone high in the military, so they just give him like $5,000, and then he didn't have to go to the army for a year.
Has
It used to be 2
Belarus
years.
had any military conflict since the fall of the Soviet Union?
No.
Nothing? No peacekeeping mission to fucking Tanzania or some shit with a blue helmet? No? They don't call on you guys? Oh, no, it's a coalition of... There's 3 guys from Belarus, 8,000 U.S. troops, 4 guys
3 guys.
from Switzerland.
We got half the military here.
Israel's
3
got the
dudes.
craziest national service because everyone has to go. I think it's 2 years. I think it's 2 years. Everyone, even the women, have to go and do 1 or 2 years, and then men have to go back for a month every year until they're 35 or something like that.
Our friend, Bree. Fuck, it was her name. Yeah, Bree. She was in Philly with the band. We're gonna walk down to Electric Avenue, Beaver Avenue.
Beaver Avenue. I was going to say.
Bree was the girlfriend of what's his name, She did compulsory service in
Hannah.
Israel, and then she was an Israeli prostitute for a while.
What?
No, not Hannah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit, I'm screwing up. All right, sorry. Hannah was there at the same time. No, it's not Hannah. Hannah's a doctor. She was never a prostitute or Israeli at all. I'm sorry. It's been a long life. I confuse people. They were both redheads, I believe.
You can stop talking because he think only about Hannah.
I thought it was Eddie.
I've already
the whole time I
besmirched
said
her name.
And he
for some reason, you said Electric Avenue, so I'm thinking Eddie Grant the whole time. I'm trying to figure out what?
Sorry, I completely.
Eddie Grant was a prostitute for Israel?
But yeah, another of my friends got out of his national service by bribing a doctor. But like there's big laws, I mean, the place is so corrupt to do anything, like anything bureaucratic. You can just insert more money and get it done quicker. But one of my friends, he bribed a doctor, but because there's such severe penalties if you get caught taking bribes, that he had to go and he didn't have to have a procedure, but he had to lie in a hospital bed for 2 weeks and have intravenous drugs pumped into him for a condition he didn't have. Because if any of the nurses found out, like, this doctor could be in a lot of trouble. So he said, yeah, give me some money. I'll say you've got this illness that we'll treat and that you won't have to go to the army. But you'll have to take the treatment for
AIDS. This is not a good trade-off. Look at my blotches. If you could move here.
On your video, I still drink cola. You see?
What's that?
He's talking about lag time in the video.
Yeah, there's a latency. That's how we doctored it, and that's to explain.
Believe me,
didn't die on the property.
You won't be drinking Coca-Cola when we post this online.
Photoshop a vodka bottle in his hand.
If you make big pixels around cola.
Big pixels around the cola.
So you just drove by to see Doug, I take it?
Yeah. So.
You just drove here to see Doug?
Yep.
Is Doug big in Belarus?
No.
As big as I am here.
What's the comedy scene like?
In Belarus, popular Russians comedy.
Is a lot of places comedy is more physical and
No, it's
they do a lot of social commentary about politics and
no, it's.
I guess you can't.
It's the same, but
the same way you can't talk even here about your country, they can't talk on stage.
They seem quite into sort of improv, I've noticed, on like Russian TV. So you'll have like improv shows and things. I don't know about stand-up so much. And I can't really judge it because I can't really understand the language, but it looks shit.
Well, as long as you're not judging it.
Do they have comedy clubs?
In Russia, yes, but...
In Belarus, in Minsk?
Maybe yes, but it's not big quality.
Tell me a funny joke in Russian.
I don't know a funny joke.
You don't know any funny jokes?
I like to enjoy jokes, and I don't like to tell jokes.
He is a student of life, this Mikhail. I'm digging it. I mean, he enjoys viewing everything.
Tell me one of my jokes that you think is funny in Russian. Let me guess what it is.
No, it's difficult to choose. It's without preparing. I don't know.
You should feed him the tit fuck joke. Do it all in Russian. Where's Mike the Serbian, man?
Serbian Mike.
Serbian Mike would be great for
Serbian Mike.
No, our friend.
No,
Serbian
friend.
Mike.
Not you. You're Belarusian Mike.
Yeah, who's your biggest rival country?
What's rival?
Rival,
competitor.
The one that you hate the most. Mississippi hates Alabama.
No, we like everything.
Yeah, Scotland hates England.
What about the Ukrainians? You like them? Do they get on? Yeah.
Like if there was a football match that was very heated, Fuck that country. You don't have
No.
Belarus. Everything's perfect in Belarus. You're towing the company lines so perfectly. No problems in Belarus.
That should tell you
Everyone
something.
happy.
That should tell you
Everyone love
something.
everybody.
He's got a point there, President Lukashenko. That's proper King of Thailand shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I
Well,
back to
you've
my
been listening to the
country, I
podcast.
got to. You understand?
I get it. Yeah. Understood. I'll let that lie.
You're a fantastic ambassador for that country. They're lucky to have you.
You look very.
Are you wearing a wire?
We didn't frisk you.
Now, when you get home, will they ask you a lot of questions at the border? Where you've been? What you did? Where did you stay?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because when I come back from Costa Rica, U.S. Customs, what hotel did you? What town were you in? What were you doing there? Fuck you! It's none of your business. But you can't say that unless you want to stay for a while.
Previous time when I back from India to Belarus, I fly through Moscow. It was I don't know. Russians borders.
Yeah.
Ask me a lot of some questions,
Those questions
about what I do in India, why I visit India, and when I back to Belarus, no question, no one can care about it.
They didn't say, "What did you tell those Russians?" What did they ask you?
And this time I don't understand why Russians ask me about this question, because I just change flight and
You don't leave the airport.
Yeah, I just move to my country and don't go outside. And one asked me, and 10 meters, and another asked me, and another, and 3 person. And
If you could move here, would you move here? Americans think that everybody wants to live here. It's a very
no.
Once again, you're a great ambassador for Belarus.
Absolutely, we have everything.
Why would I ever want to live? Why are you even here? Who would want to leave?
No, but
He's
why I
bringing
should move?
Levi's back.
I'm asking. I would. Again, it's
I
a
got a
very egotistical American assumption that everyone
Yeah.
would want to move here. But I wouldn't live anywhere else because it's so fucking easy here. Everything's so convenient to live here. Where you go? Where would you want to go next? What's your dream place to visit next that you haven't gone?
I don't decide.
You haven't decided?
Yeah.
You like
Maybe
flip a coin and decide
South
like,
America or Africa, Tanzania, maybe.
Wow. Braver man than me. I've never
What?
been to South America, and I've only been to
Central.
South Africa, which isn't Africa, really.
And you didn't leave the airport.
No, I did one time. We went to Cape Town,
Oh, that's
Bingo
right.
and we didn't really leave the hotel because it was scary.
Yeah, it is
Lot of-
terrifying there.
Yeah. A lot of racial strife. And
I don't think, I'm just going to take a wild guess here. You would probably go somewhere like north in Africa.
I was
You
going
would-
to say,
he would go
he said
see-
Tanzania.
but he would go see Africa, whereas you basically.
He's not seeing America. Why would he go to a safari?
He drove across the southern states. That's something. I
He
would
didn't go
never.
to Bourbon Street.
I wouldn't sleep in a fucking car in Louisiana. I didn't want to sleep in the hotel we got.
I would assume he'd say Thailand.
Why?
I don't know, because that's where people would want to go, you'd think. Fuck some kids, do some black
Okay,
car.
I'm waiting.
No,
I was waiting for
don't
the
want
part.
to
I'm
visit
kidding.
Asia, not only Thailand.
No Asia?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you hate the yellow plague?
No. It's India. It's enough for me. I think. Enough Asia.
All right. Australia?
Maybe.
Australia is nice. But, yeah.
First time he said
Nice.
Something's nice.
Australia. Canada.
He's
Canada's way better than-
He's gonna get in his car. He's gonna drive down the street, and he's gonna completely transcribe every single word that all of us have said here to Belarus.
Yeah.
He's remembering everything because in their Red Sparrow training.
I don't get the reference, but I know it's good.
Trained operatives.
Right, let's do some Russian swearing. It's the only good thing about foreign languages.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's the first words you learn in a foreign language.
How about what would be a useful thing that, I mean, you got your...
How many languages do you speak?
Russian, Belarusian, and
Belarus does have its own language.
Yeah.
There's two languages
really?
in
I didn't
Belarus.
know
It's
that.
Russian and whatever you just
Wow, Mr. Wikipedia.
said. No, when I said that, I realized he keeps putting up this front for Russia, but it's like that is one of the two languages. So, I mean, to say, I don't speak Russian or I don't do Russian, it's there.
Any French?
no,
Spanish?
no,
German?
no.
Do you know how to say I surrender in German?
I I learned German in school, but I don't remember any words.
You're better off with English.
I teach 6 years in school and 2 years in university, but maybe 3 words in German I remember.
Wow.
Have you been to the UK?
I know.
All right, don't go.
Don't bother.
No, it's fucking awful.
It should be pretty cheap now. They've sort of imploded with Brexit. So there you go. But yeah, it's nothing to recommend it, really.
But Alaska. You ever any desire to go to Alaska?
Too cold.
We saw what the temp was in Belarus.
Are you on Twitter?
No.
Well, we won't keep in touch with you then. I would like to follow your travels of all the rest areas that you visit across the United States. You should do a travel log.
I don't like such things like Instagram or...
But you could write a travel log about your journey, about the best rest areas in the United States, the best Burger Kings,
Aye. For what?
the most comfortable car to sleep in.
See, this is what's scary. This guy knows computers. He wants nothing to do with social media or following or tracking or what I've been doing. And he toes the company line for Belarus. This is, yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah. I think he's helping us understand more about what we're, acquiescing to, because it's, one of those things where, we just kind of just give our number and our email.
Well, we are. You do have to get on your way to LA, but I'm going to make cheeseburgers if you'd like one before you leave.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
We will make cheeseburgers with Michael from Belarus. It will be the highlight of his trip.
And Burger King is open till 10, so if you need to actually get some
I
food
understand
after.
that this burger from Burger King, you just
Put on plate.
put it in fridge and cover in another paper, your paper. And
It was a pleasure to have you, Michael. Thank you for being our guest on the podcast. Thank you, Tom Konopka. Thank you, Jonathan Short, Ggreg Chaille, Valentina for making us drinks in Tracy's absence.
Thank you, Doug, for getting off the couch.
It was only
Very
because
nice.
of, when I heard Belarus, I thought maybe I should make the effort to walk 10 feet and spend a few minutes with our friend. And now I'll make cheeseburgers.
Right on.
That's a podcast.